to connect, to interact, share, and learn. But it's also great to have in-person experience. So I'm super, super excited that we're able to do this today. And first, I would like to thank the organizers, the people that have been holding the communities together, um, putting in all their efforts, their energy, passion to ensure that we're all here today. And to all our partners, volunteers, everyone that has been working behind the scene to make today a possibility, thank you. And for those that traveled from far and wide, thank you for your commitment, for the tenacity, and for the purposeful interaction to make sure that this happen. So we're talking about Azure. And I know that so many people in this room today know more about Azure than possibly than I can do, especially from the technical aspect. But I want to deep dive into why Azure and why the community, because it's really important for us to know why we're doing this and what is the purpose. Azure powers the most sustainable cloud platform in the world today. And for us at Microsoft, because it is really important for us to live our mission of empowering every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. We provide this platform for everyone, irrespective of your background, your industry, your passion, to be able to build solutions, use the platform to achieve business objective, personal objectives. And that's why every week we release new update. And that takes a lot of investment. It takes a lot of deliberateness, because the cloud is moving at a very fast pace. And we want to ensure that everyone on our platform is able to have the best of breed of tools and resources required to be able to participate in digital economy. If you look at Azure platform today, this platform powers all the application that you know Microsoft for, whether it's M365, Dynamics 365, our LinkedIn platform, all our learning content that is available to everyone worldwide, GitHub, Microsoft Power Apps, they are all sitting on Azure. So that means each and every one of you in this room today, you are actually associated with a platform, with a solution that powers the world best of SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS solution today. And you should be proud of that, because you are associated with a platform that enables you to be able to give the best of breed solution to your customers, whether you are a developer developing new solutions, or you are a professional working in an environment that leverages cloud, and you are bringing the power of Azure Cloud to bear to help your business or your organization to achieve their business objective. And the most important thing is the fact that Azure is a platform with a purpose. It's built with purpose in mind. It's Azure is invented with a purpose. And those purposes are based on four key pillars. One is Azure is always future ready. I mentioned earlier on that for us, we invest in research and development. And almost every week, we bring new release to all our customers worldwide. Is future ready to provide you with all the latest tools and resources that is required for you to be successful today and for tomorrow. And for if you have been following the news, you also hear that we are strengthening our partnership even with Meta to provide our best in class analytics and machine learning platform as a part of the partnership with Meta. And this is a demonstration of the fact that Microsoft is a trusted platform with future in mind, because all the at least 95% of Fortune 500 companies trust Azure to be the platform of choice for them. So you are associated with a platform that is powering the best of organization worldwide, and we can bring it down home. Azure also allow developers to build on their terms. So all the tools you need, all the resources you need, applications that you need to be able to build on Azure. Uh, uh, you can trust Azure to deliver the best in class security for any solutions that you develop. And that is the promise that Microsoft gives to our customers. And that's why today, Microsoft, within a very short period of time, is ranking as one of the best security platform, even on Gartner. And Azure provides flexibility in terms of reach. Today, Azure is in over 60 plus data center across the globe. We have really running over 91 compliant, we are compliant with over 91 global regulations. So that means irrespective of whether you are building your solution here, but for global use, you know that you're building it on a platform that have all the global required regulations. So you don't need to worry about meeting regulations. So you can build a solution right here from Nigeria, and that solution is applicable to anywhere in the world, knowing that you're building it on a platform that is bringing you the best in class, regulatory requirement across the globe. As I mentioned earlier on, Azure is in 60 plus, we have over 60 plus Azure region worldwide, including Africa, and is increasing. We are seeking every time to look at our investment to increase our reach across the globe. So the issue of latency, the issue of our data residency, we are taking care of that, so that people that are building solution on our platform or using our platform knows that they are actually connecting to a platform that will be responsive, that gives them the real time solution that is required. But with all of this, best in class, built for trust, giving the developers the tools that is required, what is needed to make sure that everyone on the planet, irrespective of where you are, whether you are in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Maiduguri, Akure, Imo State, you can actually develop new solutions and leverage this technology effectively. It requires skilling. It requires people understanding how to use the platform and able to get the required support to continue to build sustainable business on the platform. And that's why I'm really excited about communities like this that provides opportunity for people to come together and learn about this great platform that offers everyone the ability to be who they are, because they can actually, bring their invention, their imagination to life with the power of technology. So it's skilling is really important for us. And I really want to encourage everyone in this room to take the opportunities that this community provide for us very seriously, because it's a community that gives us the capabilities to know what is trending in cloud solution, especially on Azure. What are the options available to you to get skilled so that you are relevant for, workplace of now and tomorrow? Or whether you're building your solution, you have all the tools and resources required. And part of the way Microsoft is supporting in skilling is, how many people here know about Microsoft Learn? Okay, a couple, which is great. But I really want to encourage you to take a look if you haven't. Microsoft Learn is a platform that provides curated courses based on your role, whether you're an administrator, a developer, a cybersecurity expert, or an architect. You have curated courses on Microsoft Learn to help you to develop the skills required for you to get certification in any of your chosen career. And that's not all. There are also virtual training days. But this community, the people within this community have access to information about those community days. So get connected to them so that you can always get updated on those trainings that will help you to continue to learn. Because for cloud, because as I said earlier on, it's moving at a very fast pace. New things are coming on a weekly basis. So that means we need to continue to learn regularly. So it's that growth mindset that is also required. So there are also virtual training days that we have. And there's also the learning programs, different learning programs. And I really want to zone in more on that. Um, Also, let me ask a question first. How many of us, by the show of hand, knows about the African Transformation Office? Very good. Happy that at least we have some people in the room. So, African Transformation Office is a new organization within Microsoft. It's Microsoft created to support accelerated growth of Africa digital transformation. And this is an initiative right at the core of our leadership team, because a lot of us have heard Satya mention it several times that the reinvention of Microsoft will happen in Africa. And why? Africa is one of the most populated, youngest population on the planet. And if we zone in on Africa, Nigeria is the third largest, youngest population in the world after China and I think India. And with young population comes a lot of creativity, innovation, energy, what people wanting to do things in a new way. And we have a mix of cloud. Cloud provides that opportunity to be able to experiment, reinvent, do things at your pace. So if we mix these two pillars together, youth population, cloud, and innovation, then we have a mix for success. A mix for success to help Africa really leapfrog in terms of technological advancement. And if we bring it at home, we have an opportunity to really grow Nigeria into a technology hub for the world. It's no secret today that Nigeria is exporting talent to the world. But there's still so much more opportunity that we can actually leverage in that. And with cloud, people don't necessarily need to leave their homes to be gainfully employed globally, because there's also the gig economy right now that everyone is participating in. So you can develop yourself in terms of if you want to follow a career path and be a global talent from anywhere sitting at the comfort of your home. And if you're an entrepreneur with great ideas, building solutions, you can also develop solutions sitting right here in Africa for the world. And that's the power of cloud. So that's why Microsoft is investing a lot in Africa. And part of what we're doing is scaling, which is one of the pillars of the African Transformation Office. For us in Nigeria, we have different initiatives, which includes what we're doing in the room today, and the fact that we have cloud advocates from Microsoft also sitting in the room today as talents that we are investing locally in Nigeria is a testimony of the fact that we are in a new day in Africa. Around skilling, last year, Microsoft also announced partnership with the federal government of Nigeria to skill 5 million youth in Nigeria. That's a huge number. But we can only do it with partnerships like, what we're having today to ensure that everyone is aware of that skilling initiative. And recently we released that student, if you are a student and you can confirm that you're a student, you can actually get vouchers for the basic certification level. So at least you're able to show that you have the proficiency in the skills and trainings that you've acquired on any of our platform, whether it's in person or online self-study on your own. And we are actively connecting with different organizations to skill people. Recently, we worked with Elevate to skill 100 Nigerians on deep application development training. And that is ongoing. But what is the end goal? The end goal is we want people to be gainfully employed. So we're also partnering with organizations that are providing, CV reviews, coaching on interviews, and so on and so forth. But when you're part of communities like this, it gives you opportunities to know and understand what are the available programs that we run part-time. And I'm emphasizing on this so that you can see the value in being part of communities such as this. And the second pillar is also around startup. We also announced that we will be partnering with 10,000 startups in Africa to support them with our technology and also connect them with funding, because we are partnering with several venture capital organizations globally. For all of you that are not aware, we launched the Founders Hub for startups. Founders Hub is a platform that allows you to go into our tool to provide us with information about your ideas, your startup ideas, and you can actually take that in. And if your ideas is accepted, you're going to get not only access to our technology, which is Azure, to help you to develop your solution. You also get coaching and training from a lot of Microsoft, resources that can support you in the journey. And that's not all. The potential to also be connected with funding organization to grow your business is also there. So those are the different ways that we believe that working with brilliant minds like everyone sitting in this room, we can actually leapfrog Africa to its right place in the world. Because with our population, with the youth, the energy, the consistency, and the resilience of youth of Nigeria, of Africa, we have, and the cloud and Azure and Microsoft also being in Nigeria, we recently also launched our African Development Center, where we also have a garage where people can come in to, envision with us on their ideas. These are right mix for success. And I'm really looking forward to a lot of innovation coming out of this room, coming out of Nigeria. We're already seeing it already, but there's still much more. There's still much more potential in Nigeria, in Africa. And I'm looking forward to us celebrating all these great ideas together as we partner in this journey. So thank you everyone that has been part of this. Thank you all of you for making the investment to be here this morning because you could have been somewhere else. Thank you for taking that step to learn and to grow yourself so that you can drive positive impact in our nation. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you so much, Mark. Can we clap again? That was a mind-building speech for me. One of the key things I took, even though I came late, I'm confessing to this house. But I think towards the end, one of the things I learned was Microsoft is doing a lot to enable young people become better. And when I say mind building, I think it's one of the speeches that you hear and you leave this room and you can do better. Because, I mean, you just heard something that has enabled you. So we have the next keynote. I don't know if you have any questions, maybe two questions before we call on the next keynote speaker. Just two questions. Anybody? No, no questions. Wow, amazing. Are we shy? So you don't have anything that you're thinking about. You have Microsoft in the room. So, okay. All right then. Okay. So moving to the next keynote. Um, this will be taken by Dr. Oluyomi Alarakme, and I will just read this profile shortly. Um, Dr. Oluyomi is an expert in enterprise architecture, infrastructure, technical advisory services, system integration, service operations management, good project management, security, business continuity, cloud business modeling, strategy development, organization design, hosting business strategy. Is adept at identifying opportunities, defining challenges, and developing creative solutions that improve productivity and performance. He's also a team player and has successfully led large international telecommunications startup in the Mid East and several other enterprise programs working with people of different ways and culture, and also has helped him in global business management. He's an industry thought leader and speaker at conferences, seminar, and product launches. He's also a business manager that pioneers cloud first. I thought we'll be clapping by now. Wow. You are eating good this morning. Mobile first business transformation through strategic insights to SME startups, enterprise transformation through cloud services. Is also the managing director slash CEO officer of Rugby Business Solutions and Technology Limited. Please can we put our hands together as he comes to give his keynote? And please ask questions this time around. Listen and ask questions. Thank you.
Show my slides or something? Are you going to show the slides? I don't know. Good morning, everyone, and I hope we enjoy the first session. So I will start by asking question on uh, my sister's behalf here. That's Madam Ola Williams. So she talked about the um, ADC. What did any one of us speak about that? And she talked about ATO. I'm using acronyms intentionally. So, who picked? What did anyone pick from that that you can share or that you are taking away or you have taken away from our presentation? Anyone? Ah, thank you. That's in green. I was going to do cold call because we do that when people don't respond. Please, let's hear from you. Thank you. Please, let's appreciate him. Ah,
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for the speech. My name is Adi Damola. So, from what she spoke about, I heard about ADC, that is African Development Center. In fact, recently they just did their open source for developers. I think on Thursday or so. So I picked that is a hub for developers where you come, develop products or anything that can bring about transformations.
Thank you. Let's clap for him. I wish I had a gift here. I normally have that, but I didn't plan that this morning. Please. Okay. Someone raised his hand. Okay. Let's have that and then we get started.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Christopher Gabriel. Okay, so she talked about ADC being a place that is open for people who have ideas to come and then kind of share their ideas, and then if it's really valuable, Microsoft can look for a way to actually support that idea. Yeah.
Which is really brilliant. Okay. The last one there. Thank you. And now we're seeing more participation.
Thank you very much. My name is Abdulakim Yusuf Ademola from the University of Ibadan.
Okay.
From what the first speaker has said, I learned about that this Azure of a thing is keeping us and making our future to always to be ready. And also, I learned about the Microsoft Learn and what the first person has also talked about, African transformation of. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Okay. So I'm sure that you are convinced now that people are listening and taking notes, which is very good. And thanks for your contribution. So with that, I will start. I think the charge before me this morning is to talk about the growing our Azure technical communities in Nigeria, and looking at it in the context of developers, artificial intelligence, that's on the data side, and security in the country. So that's what I'm going to be talking about now. You can go to the next slide, or you give me a clicker. Okay, so just reminiscing quickly. Can you play the video? You have to click the video. In 2017, I was speaking at the last MCT Summit, or is it 2018? And I played this video. Can we have audio? We are not having audio with it. Okay, maybe you will share with the team. And the reason why I brought it up again today, AI, is that that's Stephen Hawking, for those who know, the British physicist. He died March 2018, but he subjected himself, he gave himself up for a lot of research with Microsoft research team, and largely looking at, based on the complexity of the situation he was in terms of his health, speech, and so many other things around data, to be able to help people using technology to help in terms of people to be able to communicate when you are really down. You can't talk, you can't speak. It's just connecting with your senses to make communications out there. Unfortunately, you cannot hear the video. The audio is not there. But I'm starting here looking at it. This was 5 years ago when he passed, and what has really happened in terms of the dream of using the cloud and using Azure and using, all that we see today. We've heard a lot today, a bit about Meta. We've heard a lot about the power of cloud and how things are really transforming. And that calls us to question, because I think a lot about our country and ways in which we can really transform our country and really take us from just being called, imagine market, to being leaders out there. And it's all, every one of us seated here today, you have a part to play there. The good news is that the barriers that we've had over the years is being shortened by the power of the cloud. And I'm going to be expatiating a bit on that as we go on today. Unfortunately, you can't hear that. You'll get to hear the video later. Please, let's move on. So with that, we'll take a look at the what has transpired in terms of technology from the days of basic internet, and even starting all the way to where we are today. We're talking about data, we talk about social, we talk about mobile, we talk about analytics and cloud. And I'm going to be espousing a bit on some of this for us in the context of you, either as a student or you as someone that just finished school, or you are someone that you are working somewhere and you have goals and dreams of moving forward. The reality is that all this, we've seen a lot of growth and transformation from the limitations we had before to today, seeing the bridge where we are seeing more data penetration in the country. And this is putting the power of cloud in your hands to be able to create solutions that you want to create. It opens up opportunities to address the challenges that we have today in the marketplace, be it solving a problem, be it running a startup as you've had, and the different ways in which you can really take your solutions out there without having to invest massively in any in capex and all those kind of things to land your dream, to realize your dream by using technology or using the cloud. On that note, okay, can you still continue with the slide, or I will just keep talking? I want to take us on a three-prong approach today, addressing how we grow the community. And I will start by, so you can move on to the next slide. I've just talked about that. Yeah, so a three-prong approach. And the first is I will start with the community leaders and coordinators. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the good work that you guys are doing and the challenge that is right in front of us. The first is, I called it to nurture to self-sustainability, to self-sustaining. How do we nurture this whole thing? As was said earlier by um, Mrs. Ola Williams, the earlier speaker, seeing the commitment from the different members of the community coming in. I mean, I've seen some of the guys flew into the country, really resolute to see the community move and to be relevant for one thing or a lot of things. So we'll be looking at putting structures in place to ensure that we can keep the community going. So my first part of this talk is looking at the community leaders or those who have been, you are part of the today, running the community together. So first is to put structures in place. And in talking about putting structures in place, I'm talking about, the whole administrative structure. You have the head, you have the different committees. And with this, we will be able to run more effectively. There are a lot that comes into putting a team and having a team structure so that, we can run this properly as a full community. That's number one. A lot goes into that from an admin perspective, and willing to share more and really be looking forward to working more with the community leaders on that. The second is on funding. You can't really run anything without funding. It takes a lot. I know there's been a number of partnerships that the team has actually explored to get here to run this whole community. But there needs to be a strategy to look at the short term and the long term, either, and I've seen a lot of bodies like this, the way they've run it, and this is to the community, as to free membership, to paid membership, and every one of us all here, which I'll still come to, benefiting from this, really contributing your own part to what the community is about. But let's even talk and start from some free membership to some paid membership, and also extending that to what do I call it now? To the awareness for more sponsorship. Now, the third component of it is on the growth, which is the growth plan. The growth plan is critical because to be able to make this sustainable, as I said, you must have structures in place. I hope you are listening to me. And if you have questions, note down your questions for the end of the session. and we must fund this. And I've talked a bit about some ways in which we can fund this. And then the rest is the growth plans. Because when I come next year, when we're having this, I want to see us to have doubled in terms of numbers, in terms of participation, in terms of influence, in terms of impact in the country. And to be able to do that, we have to start from these basics. It may sound simple, but extremely important. The other part is technical focus, and I will talk about that. I said there, with interest in making a difference, engage your members. So you guys, everyone here have come one way or the other to, they've heard about the community, the man from the University of Ibadan and all those other places. As leaders, we must make the vision clear and simple. What's the vision? What's the mission of this community? What do we, what are we about? And we have to really simplify that. Part of what has been said, which is, largely, you can take that as umbrella, is that we want a platform for all of us, all of you here. Let's come together. Talk more around all the other benefits that comes with. These has to be clear to everyone so that they see themselves and locate themselves within this community. So my first charge to you, it's not a question, it's a charge to you, and not just the community leaders here. It's more about, for you as a person, how do you see yourself? Locate yourself within this whole community thing. What part can you play? What part are you playing already? And how is this going to make a difference in your life? But I want you to start with that and keep that in mind. Then the second one is that beyond the monthly knowledge sharing and the different meetups that we do have, which I know that you do today, we need to look at being thought leaders for the community to influence the democratization of this knowledge in the country through the community. We are in such a time like this where we talk about employability, and a lot of people, and I can tell you, I've interviewed more than 1,000 people in the last few years, bringing into our employment, because we also do a lot, as you heard in the intro. I run a business of which were very strategic work with Microsoft, Rugby Business Solutions. And over the years, part of what we do is we work in building talent. So we have internships that we run, and we have focus on also women in tech, like LIPAS program and things like that. But what you see oftentimes is that challenge of a lot of people, they don't even have the basics. And we know the challenges we have with our education in Nigeria. If I should start that, we'll be here till evening. So I'm not going to go into that and all the problem with that. But for us here, what do we do? So part of what it is for the community to also ensure that we bring to life relevant, we've talked about skilling this morning, relevant knowledge, skills that is going to help for the community members to be employable, to be able to contribute something to either the organization they want to work for, or for those who are starting up something, you have an idea. How do you go about seeing your idea materialize? So you need to be, get skilled up. You've hacked that. Over 60 data centers of Azure, over 100 point of presence, to ensure that, and all these services are there. You don't have to go and go at those days. You need to test your idea out. You need to spend millions of naira or dollars. You can just consume on the pay as you go basis, and really you don't need to have the capex. That's all the benefits of the cloud. You just start, test your ideas, run all the models, and you see the result. And a lot of people are doing it globally, and I want to see more of such reports here right from this community. So it starts from today. All these are charged that I'm sharing today. By the next 1 year, we want to see, and I want to see more results through your commitment, through your focus, and through, right from the leadership to all the participation from the community members. Then the other part I would want to talk about on that before I go on is on the general focus for relevance in terms of for the communities. And as you hear, we have the security community. I know there's been a couple of sessions that we've gone through. We have the AI, we have the developers, and quite a lot of things happening on Azure today with the capabilities of, making it easier, low code, no code, democratizing capabilities for you to be able to build solutions. How are we translating that? And for us as a community and the community leaders, which areas are we really pitching tent in that we know can make a very significant impact? Because even before you get known or you get more attention as a community, you have to show that you are doing something. And when I'm not saying just doing anything for anything's sake, you must show some level of impact that this community, we are known for this. We've taken this, we've done this hackathon, we've done this, we've brought out, these are the new members and what the members are doing. These are new initiatives coming out of this community for impact. Then you start attracting attention as a community. And that's also to the leadership. Then we can go to the next slide, please. So I'll take that out to the second point on the two approach is to take the word out there. Awareness. We need to take the word out there. How would they hear except someone is sent, right? So we need to take that word out there. And in taking the word out there, we have to leverage available channels. Thankfully, we heard of the cloud advocates and what we're doing with Microsoft. But over and above, look at that, offline, digital, to reach the unreached. Really, I'm just, reflecting here that you will be surprised that many will show interest, including sponsorship, once there is more awareness and output of what you are doing. People want to see that result. Then secondly, so it's all about leverage here. International collaboration. Here, if you don't achieve one, so it's actually, this health should be held to power two, because without one, you can't really get the two. A lot of people try the other way around. A boomerang, some, they doctor their numbers, they show things, but when the rubber hits the road, the whole thing will break up. So it is very, very important that we take the message out there, and it's building on what I said earlier. What are those small little successes that as a community we can work together on, we can make, and show to the world? It will be through collaboration here, but the leadership is very key in defining that. I'll give you an example. In security today is a massive opportunity area. Beyond all that Microsoft is investing, proud to now over $1 billion every year invest in security. Now is crazily more. I don't know the numbers. Maybe you can help me with the numbers. Yeah, but $1 billion was over, I'm talking about 5-6 years ago. And you see Sentinel now, you see how it's so massive. So, and there is that need from cyber security to seeing that a business can all say they have the rest of mine. As a community, what can we do? As you as an individual, you've done we have all the certified ethical hackers here, on the ethical side. How many of us are certified ethical hackers here? Let me recognize you guys. So I'm picking on you. Yeah, I mean, any other person, anyone that's done, okay, yeah, thank you, sir. You see, any other person on security certification here? Okay. Yeah. So we have people already in the community. So what can we do that within the next 6 months to a year? This morning, I can talk deep technical, but I just came this morning to share more with you on because I'm so passionate about seeing this grow. Because when this grows, the impact is going to be huge on our country. We're talking about our GDP. We're talking about, it's massive. This is a massive place. These are things that governments, should take a look at. But you know how we are in our country, and we are so used to doing it on OYO, right? We're all on our own. We do our own water supply, our own power generation. The list continues, right? I know how it is. Run diesel, run everything 24/7. yet we pay our taxes. But it's a long journey for us. You take country like America and say everything is working and all those countries. I tell you, people in their own generation to make America being America today, they all fought for it, for the generations coming after them. America's democracy has been on for over 200 years. How many years are democracy in Nigeria? Huh? I can't hear you. Okay. So just do the maths. I'm not saying it's in a state that because you want to see progress. But nonetheless, the point I'm making is that we have to do this by ourselves, take this, bull by the horn, and do something. So I've mentioned something in security. That's just one. In the space of data, oh guys, that's massive. It's actually too massive because today we are talking about the globalization of data. It's all about insight for decision making, and every organization want to. We have a whole data team in the organization. I know how it is, for that team, and how busy it is. It is massive. So as a community, what can we do? Where can we step into, build that, use that as a leverage? You will be shocked. The attention and the attraction, a lot will be coming towards you. And it wouldn't be just for us looking for sponsorship, looking for who to sponsor us. And I have a charge with this community that, we are going to build this to the community leaders. And in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have all this structure in place, thankfully, thanks to, the magnanimity of the sponsors, TD, Zynox, Microsoft, but much more, having our own, facility and, a place that everyone can come into and, we make that impact. That should be the vision, right? And you guys, everyone here, we're sitting on a massive opportunity, but we must come together. Oftentimes, we want to do it just by our own, on our own. That wouldn't. This is when we come together, we achieve more. We're able to really do more. So I'm challenging everyone on that today. You can go to the next slide so that people can follow me before I go to the to be wrapping up on my chat to the team today. So, yeah. So, no, before this. So, this one. No, the next one. So, it's double leverage. I've talked about that. So, for members, those of you who are members of the community, it's not just Mugbomwe. It's okay for that also. Members of this community, raise up your hand. Thank you for raising 2 hands. Raise up your hand. I wish I can do cold calling, as I said. I'm a professor. I do that. You just call people and ask them to. Huh? Okay. So we must go beyond just being members, those that you just pay your fees. Do you even charge any fees? Okay. So, okay. We have a long way to go, but we'll get there. I think, as we were discussing earlier during the session, we really need to look at how we work with the community to make this really work, if it's going to work, and for our time and what we put into this, because that's very, very important. So don't just be a passive member or onlooker. You need to make a difference. And that talks to everything that, I've mentioned earlier. Engage the leaders and seek areas where you can participate. Start somewhere. It doesn't need to be big. Some people you have this grandiose idea that you just want to build this space. You want to be Elon Musk. You want to just build that, that big thing. You don't need to do that. It might just be an automation solution. It might just be something on security, as I've said. The list is endless. Let's start from there. And then I'll go to the part which is going to be the next slide. I want them to see that, which is what is in it for you. But that's very important. That's a normal question if anybody's trying to sell anything. And I want you to pay attention to this. I'll run through this quickly, but you should take note of this. The first one is to groom you. So this provides a great platform for you to sharpen your communication and professional skills in a very safe environment. Where people will not mock you. We are one family. You will grow a lot. Being part of this. A lot of us we've been part of that over the years. It really helped. So this will groom you, will help you to grow, and will really help you to solve real life problems. Real life problem. What are those things that you've so dreamed of? You know, this is a place for you to be able to groom yourself and get to do that. The second one, it's a massive network opportunity. You get to know people. That opens doors for you. Beyond and whatever level you can imagine. I believe, and a lot of us, we've been really have a lot of real life testimonies to share as to experience on that. And then we talk about grow to be the industry leader. As you keep the trend, you heard what was said earlier. Updates are done on Azure on a weekly basis, daily basis. Things are happening. You can't talk about over hundreds of solutions that's on the platform. By the way, I think I can take some bragging right here, if you don't mind, because I brought Azure to Nigeria during my days in Microsoft. And yeah, thank you. And my numbers then was 24K, $24,000. It was so despicable in the sense that you are just, I feel then as if you are the scum of the heart because nobody wants to hear anything about Azure. It was just Office 365 and the rest. BPOS. Then Satya was not the country manager of Microsoft. Azure was at infancy. We don't even have IaaS on Azure. I don't know, maybe most of you know, Azure started with PaaS before we went to IaaS. And you hear where we are today. That is consistency and growth. Organization focused on doing stuff. Today, maybe for privacy's sake, I may not be able to tell you what the numbers are, but it's more than 300, what am I saying? 1,000% increase into where that business is today. So we all have to, and that's what we're talking about, the community and being on Azure today. Is a very, very rare privilege that if we can all just come together, start from where we are, and let's grow and scale together. Let's build on this platform. It's massive. It's a very huge opportunity that I believe the community has and every member has been here. And then the last one there, you fulfill your lifelong dream, which is as you grow. This is very important. So we are such a time with real opportunities as we have with cloud. I'm not going to repeat all that has been said in terms of the capabilities, the potential. The data side is massive, right from artificial intelligence, and now we use all this to make a difference. There's a young guy, I've forgotten his name. I think it's Alexandra. He's a 25-year-old guy from MIT. At 19, he started. He said his focus is just going to be on data. And what's he doing? He's trying to use to capture data to interpret the impact beyond what any human analysis could be. And they are currently using it to analyze the impact of all the bombs that is getting to Ukraine from Russia today. And the guy is running over it's over $1 billion business, a 25-year-old, just focusing on data. And he came from a physicist home where the likes of, you're talking about deep learning, neural learning, knowledge, machine learning, and those are the things that prompted him into that. So what I'm saying in essence is that, yes, you can be focused, you can, right here from Nigeria, the same access that the guy has, there, we have it here. We have Azure, don't we? We have all the access to the services. It's just how much of more of what we can commit to it. Lastly, before I talk about financial benefits, no, still on that one, this, you fulfill your life dream and money will come. Oftentimes, we want it the other way around. They want to make money, and we go after money. But it doesn't work that way. It is when you are able to create value, deliver the value, and then you can capture the value. And then, money comes, and it's just a tool in your hand. So, in wrapping up, for those who are non-members, you can see all these are also the benefits for you. So as you go through all your sessions and the remaining sessions today, I've spoken to the community leaders, spoken to the members and also non-members. We have such a great opportunity as a country and as a people here, whichever way you find yourself, to make a difference. Don't give up your dream. Don't give up your vision. With a community with you, you are plus one to go to get to your destination. It's closer than you ever think. I can see some of us here. We have that dream. We have that hope. I was in that situation 25 years ago. And when you look back, every step of the way, the challenges, the successes, the pain, the failures, all of them adds up to our story. I wish you all the best. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for lending us your knowledge today on how to build the community and speaking to each and every one of us. I'm sure that the presentation was on three-prong approach, and I'm not going to run through it, but I've taken my lessons, and I'm sure everybody has. And so I'm back again.
Um, can you just go back to the last two slides where the benefits? It's David was just laughing when he was talking security, and we have been trying to find a way of bringing it to the community, a way by which we can empower people, engage people on that scale. And he has started a lot of things. And I hope you will not run to the other people you wanted to run to. And it shows us here that there's a lot of potential here. And it's mind-blowing when Doctor was saying those things. Not that we don't know it, but how do we build on it? And we have done it our own scale. We have so many people that have, like 2 years ago, the community engaged on an hackathon. Microsoft brought an hackathon all over the world. And this community won $4,000, this same community. We have seen so many people that they are now working somewhere outside the country. Even so, when COVID-19 came up, the community built this bot. And we launched the bot, and was the first bot that was launched at that time to tell what is COVID-19, like an informative solution. The guy that built the bot now is going to speak here, is currently going to start working in Microsoft Ireland as a software developer. You can see the community is building, but now how do we emphasize on this? Dami, how do you think we can? I don't know the way you are feeling. How do you feel? I don't know.
Well,
Please, you can contribute. How do we make this happen? Thank you. I'll be your guy.
All right.
Okay, my name is Stanley. I'm going to start by narrating my experience. Thank you, sir, for that presentation. It really says a lot. Okay, one of the things I think we need to do is because one thing I know Microsoft for is simplicity. If you measure or compare with other platforms, you see that there is this simplicity with Microsoft. Like, you can learn it on your own. So when I started, I met someone, please teach me C++. He said, do you know anything? Have you learned it before? I said, no. He said, I can't teach you. So that's kind of like, wow. Like, I'm interested. I have that passion. Teach me. He said, no, you don't know the basic. I can't teach you. So I think this is one of the challenges that is going on in the country. Azure Nigeria, putting Nigeria in it, there's Azure whatever. But putting Nigeria in it, which means we need to actually solve that, some of those challenges to grow this community. Honestly, yesterday I was talking with my friend. See, there's this, I don't know, Microsoft seemed to embody IT in 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 the world. Like, there is everything you need, you can get through Microsoft. So having Azure Nigeria, I think, is a big step all of the people we are transporting out of Nigeria, we can have them in here. And there's a lot more. If a million people are leaving Nigeria, there are 10 million more in Nigeria. So I think solving these challenges will grow the community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Stanley. Thanks for saying that. Um,
Yo,
okay.
will you react to that?
Yes,
David, I think you should be on mic too. I'll put you on spot. You'll be on mic.
yes, Mr. David. All right, but one of the things I can say, Stanley, and that's noted, duly noted. But I can also say that the community tries as much as possible to help. Maybe we can do something in lines of mentoring. But I know that, and if I have witnesses in the house, if you are stuck and you post something on the group, somebody will help you, right? And a couple of times I've gotten materials from the group regarding things that I want to learn. So I know we can do better. Of course, as a community, we can do better, right? So you want to say something?
Okay. Good morning. My name is Femi Oladushu, and I think, well, thanks to the two speakers earlier on, I think one of the things we can do going forward, especially with learning, and like you said, I'm on the platform. People ask questions: How do I get this? How do I get that? And tons of links come out to you immediately. I mean, one of those things we have been promoting lately is the Microsoft Learn platform for anyone who asks. But I think maybe going forward and as we grow, maybe the platform can create another platform where people can actually come and learn directly through the platform, as opposed to referencing you to maybe other platforms. So it would be like a kind of a Udemy type of thing for people who are already in, and it to be focused on what exactly we are trying to promote. And I think beyond that, Dr. Elia said about internship, and I think that's where a lot of people have. There's a lot of learning going on, but there's not a lot of place to put into practice what you have learned. And I think there's a big distinction between that. So if I've learned this and that and I've taken all the certifications, you are now putting me in a real life situation where you're asking me, if this is the situation, what do you do? I mean, being part of the platform as well, people come up and say, oh, guys, I'm trying to do this, I can get it. They have learned it, but putting it into practice in the real world is now an issue. So maybe going forward, that's something we can work on, and probably encourages people to stay around as well.
Before she asks a question, there is a okay. Let's.
I just want to buttress the point he said that when you learn, you need to put things into practice. And Doctor did alluded to something earlier that when you give value, value will definitely come back to you. You don't need to say, I must get money first. So sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, when you learn, one of the best way to actually practice is to get engaged. But you might not be able to get something that will give you the kind of money that you are anticipating first. So people should also learn to invest either as a volunteer in an organization. It's difficult, but it will yield benefit later. And the other way, one of the best ways that I have learned is to share my knowledge with other people. You are part of this community, you have learned something, you need to practice it. You can also teach others within the community. So that's another way to learn. But I also want to encourage the community to look at, getting affiliated to some of the recruiting organizations in the country and outside the country, so that you can match job seekers, especially people that are within your community that have learned and have the capability to give their skills to organization to get exposed to such recruiters and so on and so forth. So that's actually something. And also use internet, use LinkedIn to promote your people. All right.
Also, before she wanted to ask a question, we were planning something. There's a model UK guys were doing, Nigerian diaspora, that is an Azure community. They form like a team, just to portray what Femi is saying. They come together when there's an issue, they get an Azure subscription, they do it together, they work together, and they do it every week. They call it their book club. So we're trying to integrate that into Nigerian Azure too, where we have platform, as Femi said, where you come together, you exchange those kind of questions and try to look at ways. And from what Ola said now, we also need to expose ourselves to people that will know that you are good. Although, whether we like it or not, they know. We have seen several of so many of those in that platform that is Femi saying they'll be talking in Nigeria, but actually they're in Dubai, they're in Netherlands, and the rest. They have already been exported. That's why we want you guys to come to speed to replace them, because most of them have gone. So can you ask your question?
Okay, so I just wanted to ask, how is data related to Azure?
So on Azure, we have platforms that enable you to do your data tax, right? We have the Azure SQL Server, we have the Cosmos DB, we have storages. So it's a platform, and one of the things about cloud, it is not restricting. So if you're doing something like that on your PC or like just one computer, it's going to be hard to do it. But when you're doing it on the cloud, a platform like Azure, you have resources at your disposal to use without experiencing any lag or any slow, any technical difficulties that hardwares will cause. That's right.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Somtochiko Kobe. I want to say that in as much as most of the suggestions are coming to the leaders in the community, I think we as members we have a part to play. Why I'm saying this is I know for the IT guys, those in the tech, most times we like to keep to ourselves, and that's the problem. There was something Dr. shared when he was speaking, and that's how do I help in the community? It starts from there. I believe if I know something and I come to one of the leaders and say, please, can I have a section, a small section, even if it's as small as introduction to Azure? I think with that, a lot of people would actually want to share their knowledge, and I think we'll grow in that way. Thank you.
Please let's
So
know what you can do, how you want to do it. We can give you the platform. How many of us know that there was a sessionized for this particular Azure conference? How many of you applied? Let's start from there.
sessionized.
An invitation for speaker to come and speak for this event. We didn't see it. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Okay. Okay, let me see your hand. How many of you on LinkedIn? I'm not seeing from the overflow, but well, you didn't get that sessionized. Okay. Thank you for making us to know. Good feedback.
Thank you very much. My name is Benga, and my question is for Doctor. Doctor, you were talking about a business solution where you said we have to leverage reaching the unreached, trying to um, get people to understand um, why they need to be in the community and all those. And but my real question is, okay, while I was growing up, I had this mindset that okay, this is what I want, and I kept pushing towards it, gradually and everything. But we have this set of kids, let me say 15, 16, who have this mindset of okay, what do I need to go for? Okay, should I go for this? Should I go for that? What is Azure community doing towards, because whenever I meet a young person, the first question I ask them is, okay, so what's your plan? Okay, so you're in JS1 now. So what's your plan? What are you thinking about? Come on, you're not a young guy anymore. You're already solving mathematics. You're already doing this. Come on, don't think you're still very little. So what is Rugby Business Solution doing in partner with Microsoft to make sure that they capture these young guys while they are still very fresh, because we know the country now is kind of diversifying young guys towards doing what they shouldn't do. So what is Microsoft doing deliberately to capture these young guys? Let me say from JSS1 to SS3, giving them okay, let me use for example, you go to those schools, you offer them a course, a kind of an optional course. Okay, if you do this course, you get this as a result. When you're leaving school, you get an opportunity to work in tech organizations. So it gingers them like, oh, I want to do this course while I'm still in school, so that when I get out of school, I get into this. So what is Rankly Business Solution doing and with partnering with Microsoft towards that? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And the idea has been to catch them young. That's what you're talking about, if I have to summarize that. Uh, we've been doing that for years, actually. And I'll give you one of those kind of reports. The first, the Technovation team, which is, this is as far back as 2016, 17, 18. We actually bring them to the office, you understand, prepare them, work with, in fact, one of our team members is actually the representative driving Technovation in Nigeria. It's a woman, by the way, so we'll give it to the women in tech and all our focus on the women, really. So that is one of those things. With Microsoft, I've talked about the LEAP program, I've talked about the For Africa and all those initiatives. Right to what you are saying, I don't know if you have heard of the Imagine Corp, which is also for, so there are quite a number of initiatives. I think what needs to happen is connecting it to the community, and part of what I talked about in my presentation. And that's the charge to the community leaders and to all of us here. And as I said, we have to look at that, because that we can do so much more. We are just scratching the surface. And I believe those are part of what the community leaders we are all noting down. You heard earlier what was said around what the community needs to do in terms of matching people for jobs and stuff like that, as they develop the skills. This will also be part of it. Part of what we've done is also we go to the schools. This is at the university, right from year one, year two, they do their IT and the rest, and when they finish, they can transition to the company. But yes, that's what is being done, and that's what has to be done.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question. Thank
Also,
you.
I want
Somebody-
TD to also give us their own. If have two partners here.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Okay, Mr. Muzi.
oh,
Yes. Okay, so yes, like I mentioned earlier, TD has been, out there to identify with these type of talents, and how TD has been running is to create this type of internship, program where we say we catch them young, yeah, identify with certain skill sets and see how we can plug them into what the system has, avail such, community member, if I might use that word. Um, so, I mean, with TD, progressively, so many things we are doing, and we're partnering with Microsoft in that regard. And in those projects, we are looking futuristic. So we are building new platforms, new opportunities. So, and the whole idea is catch them young, do the internship program, and see how these individuals fit into that futuristic plan. Yeah.
I think if you go, there are other partners that do that. Ashem do that too. Ashem have started, they catch young graduates, those that have just finished their school, and they started some time back. I think they're on the first cohort or something. And textilers, the ladies, if you're a lady here, can I see your hand? They also do that. They do it online, and they ensure that ladies come. Even if you are boarding from any professional angle, they'll train you.
Okay, so someone has a suggestion here, but we have just 6 minutes more to round up, please.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dumebi. So my question is, when the doctor was speaking, he kept saying we all have a big role to play, like a part to play. And I know everybody is talking about cloud, data, and the rest. So, what exactly does front end developers have to play, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript? What do we have to play in all of this? Yes.
Okay. Um, Okay. My question is directed to I think Mrs. Williams. She mentioned the other time about getting experience because it means when you learn the skills on Azure and then you can't actually apply to them. Are there actually companies that take probably volunteers like that are actually that currently exist that one can apply to and then volunteer? And also, I don't want to leave the whole catching children young to organizations like TD Africa and all. Like personally, I actually want to do that because I volunteer at one foundation where children are taught after school lessons and stuff, and they are going to have a summer program around August where we're going to train them on IT and all. And I don't want to ask, is there a way one can, bring them into the all opportunity that Azure, has to offer to young people? Thank you.
That's your question. I can react to it.
Okay.
Definitely, the children, we have what we are doing something in the community called the grassroots. We are trying to go to where the less privileged is, bringing them out. The children are categorized there. Although, just as the doctor said, you can see the scale at which we can reach. You understand? But we are still looking at it myopically or myopically, and we need to move forward. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that question. Yes, there are organizations that can open their doors to volunteers. A number of our partners actually in that space. I mean, we have Doctor here. He runs one of the top partner organization in Nigeria. They do take volunteers. So one of the benefits that you get by being part of this communities to that it gives you exposure to such organizations because organizations will reach out to communities like this that know that have people that have been trained or are professionals looking for opportunities. So it's really important to be an integral part of organization like this and be active because no one will want to recommend you for a volunteering engagement when you are not known because they also have the integrity of the organization, the community to protect. So be active, be visible, contribute positively, and of course the opportunities will come. But what is important is that give value, learn to give value. If you do, value will come. We were just conversing here when we were growing in our career, we didn't have opportunities of communities like this. It wasn't existing. The internet was not the way it is today. Before you can get someone that will help you with your questions, maybe the most thing you have is the help file on either Exchange or Active or Windows that can help you. You just need to build your own creativity into solving problems. But you have communities, you have internet, you have organizations that want to invest in skilling people. You can only do better. If we didn't have all of that and we are where we are today, the expectation is that you do much, much better than us and you have that opportunity. Please use it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so we just have two, and we'll be ending the session. Please,
Good everyone.
time to about 1 minute.
Yes. Please I want to ask, what are the opportunities for children like me to learn coding in Azure or cloud?
Um, am I answering that question? Well, I think one of the things that I've picked from people in their house today is there are places where young children are mentored in opportunities like this. If I'm allowed to suggest, I think we have co-creation of this small children's coding session. Yeah, and I think a few more. I don't know, but maybe something. Mr.
I think so many. Hashem has one.
Okay, Hashem has
has one. The grassroots also do something, but on the scale of Power Platform.
No, okay.
So we also have others across some other partners. I think Rugby also mentioned that they have something called Dr.
Imagine Cup.
Yeah. So what you need to do is just after just see us, then we find a way to fine tune that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you
so
very
the
much.
last person.
Good morning. My name is Amara Chidonse. I just want to talk about the things that we can do as members and as community leaders. First of all, the best kind of resource to have in a world and in Nigeria today is human resource. But human resource is not actually for human. We are the human resource. So when we keep asking about opportunities that we can use to expose young ones, when we keep asking about things that we can do for us to spread the word, the ball actually lies in our court. Why do I say so? Take for instance, Power Platform and a lot of things that Microsoft has been doing. We are now more aware of it because people decided to talk. People decided to take the work in their own hands to go from school to school, organization to organization, to ask if there are loopholes and how they could help fill those information gaps. So the ball rests in our court. What do you know? So you're working in a university, you're working in a hospital, you see a problem. How are you helping to solve it? Because this is where creating value or creating impact takes place. Your ability to step forward and say, I can, or I have an information that will enable me, or I have access to knowledge that will enable me help your work easier. Take for instance the children too. How many schools have you gone to and said, oh, there's this opportunity for children, I could help start that. With that, you can open a conversation with someone. Oh, I gathered this group of children, I'm teaching them this, do you know any more persons that could help me? So the ball actually falls in our court. As much as we keep looking for big opportunities, big companies, what can you do in your own little place to ensure that information keeps going from one place to another? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amarachi. Thank you very much. And thanks to everyone who has given suggestions, who has asked questions, who has made this an interactive session. Now we'll be going on a 10 minutes break. And after the break, we'll be having a talk or two talks rather.
Like a breakout. There are two tracks there. Check the agenda, ensure whether you want to be here for one of those tracks and the other side. So just check the agenda. Look at the topics running from data to Azure to security. You can read out the first two so that they will know which one they can choose to.
Okay, so we have Okbayemi taking introduction to the future with AI and IoT. And then we have Tululokwe overview of Azure infrastructure.
So just pick on one of them. Either you want to stay here or you want to go to the overflow. So we're going to have a tea break now. Oh, Jumoke is in the house. Okay. That's my cool model. Yeah. We're going to have a tea break now. The protocol, please. Tea break. How is the modality? Please come and just. Okay. Okay. The tea break, the tea is set. So just row by row move to be able to go and get it. Protocol, please. Can you?
Hello, everyone. Please, we have to move row by row because we need to manage the environment we are in. Thank you.
So, while we are waiting for the coffee, we have the blue carpet in case you want to take selfie. And also, yeah, kindly share whatever information you are getting here on social media. So we'll project our handles on the screen so you can tag us. So we have prizes for the highest tweets we get. Okay. So, I hope you're enjoying your time here. Yeah. So kindly go out, take selfie, interact. So that's the beauty thing with in-person events, all right? Network with people, get to know one another. You don't know where the next job opportunity is coming from.
konke sekundlule. Yebo, yebo, ngathi sengithola ikhaya lami. Yebo, yebo, ngathi sengithola ikhaya lami. Yebo, yebo, ngathi sengithola ikhaya lami. Thanda wena, thanda wena, ngizothanda wena, thanda wena, thanda wena, ngizothanda wena, thanda wena, thanda wena, ngizothanda wena, thanda wena, thanda wena, ngizothanda wena. Moya wami ukhethile, dlozi lami livumile, ngisiyonethezekile.
Hello? Hello, everybody. So let's start coming back to our seats. We have 10 minutes more to be precise, and we are starting 11:30. So if you are for the AI track, please remain here. If you are for the infrastructure, okay, the other track should go to the next room. AI and IoT here. AI and IoT in this room. Then if you are for the other track, overview of infrastructure thing, then that will be the next room. So infrastructure, AI and IoT here. Not yet time. You're not plenty. We might move you if you're not plenty. Let me go and check that room. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but if they're too much, Okoyemi Jack.
So IoT is here. Which track?
Tolulokpa Adeleke.
Tolulokpa Adeleke.
No, that's not Tolu. 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 Hi. Tolulokpa Adeleke, are you around? Please, let's settle down. Okay. Settle in, please. Settle in, please. We are looking for Tolulokpa Adeleke. Anyway. Mr. Okpayemi Jacob. All right. Hello. Hi. AI and IoT, this room. Room A. Azure, this room. Please let all if you are taking a talk, please be at your room already. Thank you. Do we have sorry. Is Tolu here already? Tolu Lokpadeleke. see the other room. All right. So Tolu is around. Please let's settle down. Guys, please let's settle down. Let's settle down. We have 6 minutes more.
Mic check.
Your love has taken over me. Yes, I've learned to. Sikhathesihambile hlungile uzwile imezikhalile moya uphukile vele wena ya konke sekudlule yebo yebo nathi singithole ekhaya lami yebo yebo nathi singithole ekhaya lami
Check 1 2.
nathi singithole ekhaya lami thanda wena thanda wena thanda wena thanda wena thanda wena
Check 1 check 2. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. Action. Sure. Check 1, 2, 2.
Oh yeah, boy. Auntie saying it all the kind love me. Oh yeah, boy. Auntie saying it all the kind love me. Tandawena, Tandawena, Giso, Tandawena, 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 Giso,
Hello, everyone. Yeah, good morning. Hello. Please tell me if you're catching fun already. Say Microsoft. Oh, that's great. Yeah, so I'm going to be introducing the next speaker in the person of Opeyemi Jokola. Sorry, Jokola. Opeyemi Jokola works with Utiva. He's a tech sales product manager, and then he's also a business development manager. Today, he will be taking us in introduction to the future with AI and IoT. Please make welcome Opeyemi Jokola.
Good morning, everybody. I'm super excited to be here. Can we have this slide, please? All right. I'm super excited to be here to
Okay, good
talk
morning.
about
It's morning,
one of my favorite
11:30
pastime.
a.m. Good morning,
Growing up
everybody.
as a teenager, I saw
Good
movies
morning,
like
everybody.
iRobot,
Great.
Terminator,
How we all
the
doing
likes
today?
of movies like that. And
We're
I'm always
excited to be here.
fascinated about the fact that
Okay.
all
So
of this
we've had a few
movies make use
keynotes. The
of
first
artificial
keynote,
intelligence, robotics, and
we've had the first
I
keynote,
always
and
wondered
we
if
already had the
these
second
things can
keynote,
come
and
to
now we'll be
life.
having multiple
Few years down the
amazing
line,
sessions
you would
from
agree with me now that
speakers
you
that have
have
been preparing for
few
months
robots. They
to
are not
deliver this to you. For
ubiquitous
this
yet, but
track, we'll be
you have them.
having a very amazing
It is
person.
very interesting that
Her name
technology
is
has advanced
Tolulope
and technology has
Adeleke.
moved over the years, and
She
technology
is the brain behind
also
the growth
evolving.
operations
However,
at
there's been a
Utiva,
debate that
and she currently leads that team
will
with
machines take
over
over the
15
world? Will
individuals.
robots wipe out
She
human beings?
is
And
also taking the
a
lead of
lot
the
of people
enrollment
have
of
that
individuals and
palpitation
growing the
with regards
organization
artificial intelligence
subscribers
and
in
all of that.
and
However,
has
before
raised
we
the
lay that
revenue
debate to
in
rest,
millions.
I would like
When
us to
it
talk
comes
about the
to
science
growth at
behind
Utiva
them.
and generally in the tech space,
All right.
you can
I would
tag
like to
her as
introduce
the
myself
growth
again.
queen.
My name is
How many of
Opeyemi
us know
Jokola,
Utiva?
and I'm a group manager at
How many of us have
Utiva.
used Utiva?
Where you would always find me is at the intersection between technology,
Any other person? You've heard of
business,
Utiva,
and
you've
user
used
experience.
Utiva, you've
I'm a
taken a
lifelong
training
learner,
there.
and
So the
at
person
the
you are going
moment,
to
I'm
meet
trying to
is
develop my
the
skills
boss
in
at Utiva. You can
cloud
bill her,
computing
right?
and
You can
data
come
science.
for billings.
I would like this
So yeah,
session to be
you
very
can reach out
interactive
to
as
her.
much as
She's
possible,
highly
and I
enthusiastic
would
about the
also crave
opportunities that
your
technology
indulgence.
provides for women
To just start,
and other underdeserved
I'll talk
demographics of
about
people in
a
Africa.
quote by the co-founder
For her
of
past roles just before she joined Utiva,
robo.org,
she
which
had
says
amassed hands-on
robots
experience in
are
sales,
not going to replace
client
humans.
management,
They are
business
not going
development,
to take our
and tech
jobs like a lot of
education,
people believe.
while
And
developing
they are
expertise
only going to
as
help
a
us do
thought leader in
difficult,
cloud
demeaning,
computing.
and
She is
dangerous
currently developing
jobs.
time to gain more
So,
certifications and
artificial
expertise in the cloud
intelligence.
space
But before I
as
start,
an
can
AWS
anybody in the room
community builder. She
define
helps
what
young
intelligence
people
is?
learn skills in cloud computing
Anybody in the room?
and starts careers building cloud infrastructure for fast rising
Anybody
tech
want to
companies
try?
as a volunteer with
Can you
She
just
Code
define
Africa, another very
what you think
popular
intelligence
organization.
is?
How many of the ladies here, She Code Africa?
Oh, okay.
Great. So you also get to meet her. And yeah, she wants you to reach out to her if you
My name
would
is
like to talk
Abdulakim
about cloud
Yusuf
computing
Ademola from the
solutions,
University of Ibadan. With
consulting,
my
learning
little
programs,
knowledge,
and
I will
scaling growth
define
globally.
intelligence to be the
It is my
ability and the
pleasure
capability
to bring
to
up
solve
on
problems.
stage now very amazing person, current operations lead
Fantastic.
at
Thank you
Tiva
for that
Tolulope
definition.
Adeleke. Please, a round
So
of applause for her.
basically, intelligence is the ability for human beings to think critically, have abstraction,
Hi,
be
everyone.
emotionally intelligent,
Good
be
morning.
very self-aware. And this is
Yes,
what
I have a
God
very
has
tiny
given us
voice,
as
so
human
please bear
beings,
with
and
me.
we use this on
So
a daily
yes,
basis. But
thanks to
because of our
the
problem-solving
moderator who actually
capabilities,
introduced me, so I
because
won't be going
of
further
us
with
being
that.
self-aware, we understand that
We are going
we
to
have
go down to the
limitations as human
fundamental
beings,
stage because
and
that is
these
what I like to do
limitations is
best.
what
Help
made
people
us to evolve
transition
and start
from a
building something that is
non-technical
called
background
artificial intelligence.
to
So basically,
the technical
put it
space, most
simply,
especially cloud
artificial
computing.
intelligence
Like
is
cloud
a
is my
situation
thing.
where human
Cloud is what
beings
I love
build
doing
machines
best,
that
apart from
imitate
sales and growth, of course.
intelligence.
All right, so
building machines that
we are going to go through
that are
the
capable of doing what
overview
human
of
beings
Azure
can do,
infrastructure.
critical thinking,
Just
solving
with the topic,
problems,
you would know
and the
this
rest.
is
So
just the
when I talk
fundamental
about limitation,
aspect of the
think
cloud
of
computing,
diving
and
deep
not just
under the
any
sea.
cloud. We're talking of
As an human
Azure
being, you
cloud
can't go more than
computing, that's Azure cloud
2,000
platform.
feet
So we're
deep.
going to talk about
You would get crushed
what
by the
you
sea.
need
But
to know
now,
about Azure
because of
infrastructure.
our problem-solving
Okay.
abilities, we are able to
So
then develop
apart
machines
from
that can
what is here,
go very, very deep.
can anyone? I want this
into
to
the
be as
sea
interactive as
and
possible.
take
Anyone
those
here who has a
beautiful
basic knowledge of
under the sea pictures that we
Azure
see today.
would
This is
like
made
to
possible
say something about
just
Azure?
because as human beings we are able to build those sort of machines that help us do those sort of
No one?
tasks that would not that would not make sense
Okay,
for
please,
human
someone
beings
at the
to do.
back there.
So enable us understand
If you won't be raising up your
how
hand, I'll call
artificial
you.
intelligence
That's
work.
just it.
We'll need to
I
dive
will
deep
call you.
into
You can't be
the
just fine boys and
subdivision
fine girls and you
of
don't know what
artificial
Azure is.
intelligence. Number one is data mining. What is data mining? Data mining is a situation where
My name is
get
Christopher, one of the
valuable and meaningful
volunteers.
information
And
from
okay,
large
so
data
Azure
sets. You are
basically
able
is
to-
one of the
so
platform
if you want to get
powered
into
by
AI,
Microsoft.
I believe that the very first thing that you would have to do is data
it's a
mining.
cloud
You have to mine
platform that
data.
is
You have to
designed
get
to actually support
meaningful
business,
information from
you know,
like database and
support
also
business, support
be able
ideas.
to
So, for example, if you want to run,
get informed decision from those
certain
databases.
either software
Data mining
infrastructure,
is
you know,
used across
on
various
cloud. So
industries
Azure is
and
actually a good
from
place. So basically, in
agriculture
summary,
to
Azure is a
forecasting
cloud
and the
provider,
rest.
you know, that
Then
provides
you have
solutions to
computer
businesses.
vision. What is computer
Okay,
vision?
that's
Computer
just
vision
it.
is
Azure is a
where
cloud provider.
you have
Yes, another
algorithms
fine boy
that
here.
are able to differentiate between images. So algorithms that can tell the difference between one image or another. You have algorithms that can
manage your
detect objects.
where you don't have to spend much
This
money
computer
on
vision is used in self-driving cars. You would agree with me that the cars that we have nowadays that are self-driving are able to navigate because of
Yes.
computer
Please
vision.
note
So
what he
because the
said.
computer is able
We
to
don't have
sense
to
that
spend much
this
money.
is an object
Note that,
or
please.
this is a human being or this is a rock
First,
and
I
I'm
will start from
supposed to
the
go
base word, Azure. Azure
behind
is
it.
like a
Computer
blue
vision
cloud.
is made using
It's a blue cloud.
in various
And for
industries,
this
such
perspective,
as
Azure
autonomous
is
driving
Microsoft's
cars,
cloud
that's
platform,
self-driving cars, or
where
in
we
warehouse
can
sorting. So
go ahead to make use of
most
services like
of
compute,
warehouses now
storage,
make use of this
and
sort
maybe
of
developing apps
artificial intelligence to
for the
ensure
cloud.
that their warehouse is
Yes.
very well sorted.
Amazing.
And these
Thank you so
machines
much,
are doing
guys.
the work
Please note I
for
said
us.
guys because I've not seen any lady
Also
raise
talking
up her hand.
about the
Yes,
subdomains of
you guys have
artificial
actually
intelligence, you
said
have
the
machine
main
learning.
thing.
I would
You
like to break
mentioned
down machine
Azure
learning
is owned
to
by
something that
Microsoft.
everybody
Microsoft,
can
not
relate to.
IBM.
So
Microsoft
in machine
owns
learning,
Azure.
you are
And
making use of algorithm that is leveraging unstructured data.
Lady,
What I mean by
this
structured
time.
data is
Okay,
data that has been
for
cleaned
Azure, you need
and
internet.
can
Like,
be used
without
to
internet,
train an algorithm. So in machine learning is just like you are training a child. I know when we were younger, there are things that our parents did that made us learn
Okay.
faster. An
You
example
need
is a
internet.
naked fire.
Well,
As a child growing up, nobody has to tell you that
not
you should touch
really.
something that is hot. Once you touch it, and as human beings, we train those machines to be able to
Yes.
carry out instructions and learn
Okay.
with human intervention. So machine learning
All right.
requires human
In the cloud,
intervention
when
for
we
them
have a
to
lot of
be
people
able to
here.
learn.
When it come about,
Um,
we're not just talking
you
about
would-
cloud
you
per se.
would,
Like if you tell someone that
so
I want to
I'll
upload
give a
document to
practical
cloud
example
and carry the
of machine
document and
learning.
fly to the
A
cloud.
lot of us watch
They're actually
movies on
like
Netflix
centers
or you
across
listen
the
to music
go
on
by
Spotify.
Microsoft. So you're just
This,
connecting. It's like you're
once
renting
you begin
a
to watch
service
a
from
particular type
Microsoft.
of movie,
You're only paying for
and
what.
this
So that's
movie
actually the cloud.
that you're watching, you then begin to see
Yes.
suggestions
Well,
about
it goes deeper
that
than
type of movie.
the
This is
main
just
surface.
simple machine learning.
We can
You
see.
begin to see
So just like you all
a
said,
curated list
Microsoft
of a
is
movie
a
that looks like what
public
you
cloud
just
computing space,
finished.
meaning
Simple
a
machine
platform
learning.
or
The
application you
algorithm
can go
in
in, make use
the
of it,
algorithm that has
and
been put on that
pay
website
as you go.
helps
So you
it
don't need
learn
to
the
spend
sort
as
of
much.
movies that you'll
Just
be
like
interested in. And the
I
same
need
thing
to start
applies to
asking
Spotify.
for people's
You are
names.
listening to music.
Just like
you are
that
then
fine boy
surprised
said,
that
you
how
don't need to
does
spend much money
how
because
does
it
this
is
platform
public.
knows that
You don't have
I
to
enjoy
spend much money.
listening
Lots
to
of
rock
people
or
own their
I
private
enjoy
clouds,
listening
but
to
yes,
blues and all of that. So
organizations
because
like
of what you've listened to in
Microsoft
the past,
Azure
then
has made
the
it
machine begins to
easier
learn
for
what
us who need
exactly
to
you would
work
also be
on the cloud
interested in.
space, who
So
need to manage
machine
our
learning
application
is
as an
divided into
individual
three
or
parts.
as an
You have the
organization. Next
structured
slide,
learning,
please.
you have the
So just like
unstructured,
we all
which
said,
means
Azure is a public cloud
the machine
computing
begins to
platform
learn
with
for itself
solutions
without
including
human intervention.
infrastructure
Then
as a
you have the
service,
reinforced learning.
platform as a
Like I mentioned
service,
to you,
software as a service that can
artificial
be used for
intelligence is like
services
you are training a child, and
such as analytics. That's why we have our data
a
guys,
machine learning
virtual
algorithm
computing,
is as good as the
storage,
data that is
networking,
being used
and much
to
more.
train it. So
So
there,
I think
there's
this
a lot
is
of input
explanatory
that
enough.
you give
And yes,
into
all these
the
are
algorithm,
referenced
and
from
you
where?
also get
The
the
Microsoft
same output.
website.
So
Next
based
slide,
on
please.
the input that you have
Okay.
into the algorithm,
A
it
lot
should
of
then
people need to
begin
know
to
that
learn
Azure, also
for
called
itself.
Microsoft Azure, remember I
Then
stated
you
that
have
was created by
your neural
Microsoft to
network.
provide cloud computing
So
for
neural
creating and
network
managing
form
applications.
the
Next slide.
basis of deep learning, and it derived the name
Next slide.
from
Okay,
our brain.
so
So
we
the
are going
structure
to
of a
basically
neural
talk
network
about Azure
looks like
infrastructure,
that of our
but
brain. And
today we are going to
what neural
focus
network
on
does is ensure that
infrastructure as a
it
service.
learns
So I'm
itself.
going to
So
touch PaaS and
so
SaaS,
with machine
but
learning, the
basically
data
we are
has to
going
be
to
structured.
talk
But
about infrastructure as a service.
with
Okay.
neural networks, the data doesn't have to be structured.
So I need you to
because,
study this
the algorithm begins
this image.
to learn for
Study
itself.
it. Take of every
There are
aspect.
diverse
of it.
applications
Study the
of
image
or
because
use cases of
if you
neural
can
networks,
study
and
this
one very
image
good example is
and understand this
facial
image,
recognition. I know
you've basically
in the past
known
there
what
was
you need to know about
this
Azure
there was this
infrastructure.
problem
Just
where
study the
people are
image.
unable to unlock their
So you can
mobile
see
phones because
for
of
infrastructure as a
their skin
service, the
color.
application
And
data,
why that happened is because
the runtime, the
data that was used
OS
to train that
are all
algorithm
managed
was
by
basically
you.
from
Then
the white
only
people.
your
So, like I
virtualization, your
mentioned,
servers, your storage, your network
algorithm
is
or
managed
your
by a
machine
vendor.
learning is as good as the data that
Vendor
was used to
here,
train it. So
Azure.
that issue
Okay.
happened, and a lot of black people started
Then
complaining
for
about
platform
not
as a service, you only
being
manage
able to
your
unlock their
applications, your
devices
data.
with
All
their
others
face,
managed by
and
the vendor.
the machine has
For
to then begin
SaaS,
to learn
everything
for darker shade.
everything
Then we
is
have
being
deep
managed
learning.
by a
Deep
vendor.
learning is the basis for machine
Have
learning.
you all gone
And
through it?
the major difference
Have
between
you all gone
deep
through it? Please,
learning
next slide.
and
You said you've gone
neural
through it, oh.
network is
Okay.
just and the nodes and
You've
the
gone through it, right?
neurons. So for neural networks, you have about about three neutrons, but for
What do you
deep
want me to
learning
say?
you have lots and lot of
Who manages
neutrons
what?
that can learn, and there's something called back
How did you
propagation.
get that?
So data is imputed
Okay, so
into the
for
algorithm,
platform as a
and
service.
you then have your output. So with back propagation,
The
if
vendor
there is an error
manages
in the
virtualization,
machine learning,
servers,
the system
storage, and
begins to
networking.
adjust itself due
And
to
I, as
back
a company
propagation.
or an
And
organization,
next
I would
slide,
be
please.
providing or I'll be managing the
So
operating
natural language
system,
processing. A
the
lot of
module
us
where
have
the
smart
runtime,
speakers
data, and
and
application.
smart gadgets
For
nowadays
software as a
where you are
service,
able
I
to just
manage
say
everything. Oh, sorry.
a Cortana, or you're able
Microsoft
to
manages
call your
everything.
devices
Then for
to do a
platform as
simple
a
search for
service,
you.
the
All
only
of this
thing
is
I will
possible
be managing is
because
the
of
application.
Thank
natural
you.
language
With your full
processing.
chest.
When you're building that
Like
sort of
she brought
algorithm,
out the
you have
expo
your
in
wake
front of me with her full
language,
chest.
and you have your other commands that is also
So that
inputted
is
into
basically,
that
I wanted
same
her to say it so that
algorithm.
maybe if we hear from an individual like us,
These are
then
all
we
the
can
things that help
understand
us
better.
lead very
So
good
from that
and easy
diagram,
life. Next slide.
that diagram has explained. Okay,
So
let me just ask this
this is
main
just
question before we
showing the
proceed.
subdomains of artificial
I
intelligence that
like
involves data
okay, I
mining,
work
like I
with a
mentioned,
startup
um,
organization now, but
machine
now
learning,
I
I think for me, it depends on your budget. If you start and you say you don't have
then train the model. So training the model is just like you are training a little child. So the artificial intelligence or the machine learning algorithm begins to learn whatever it is that you want it to learn. So an example is you want an algorithm that can identify pictures or can identify the dog. The sort of data that you will input or you use to train that model will be very different. So you have to train the algorithm with different types of data, ranging from different positions of the dog and all of that. Once that is done, you will then test. So you've given machine learning a lot of data to work with, and you want to test if this algorithm can actually learn what is taught. So what you don't do at that point, you have to have data and once the algorithm if the machine learning algorithm is able to identify pictures very well, then you can right output. But if not, you will then expand it for the AI guys where so this is what the AI actually because this all of this has to do with a lot of application analysis, a lot of statistics and things like that. Once this happens, the machine learning algorithm is and as someone that is also training the machine learning algorithm, you also then need to use a lot of data to enable that algorithm to learn itself. First, the data, then the predict the activity. Now, for AI, there are various purposes for AI. The one that is used is the one that support AI very good. one of the beautiful things about an example is
requires your partner to perform all the application DevOps team and everything. But when it comes to application, I will recommend fast because the infrastructure is already there. All you need to do is your program and bring in the data work. But when it comes to infrastructure as a service, you need the DevOps team, you need your operations team, you need your development team. So the first course as a startup who are focused on developing, I would say you go for a platform as a service where your developing are focused on their program. Why Microsoft handle everything in operations and platform runtime, middleware to run your code.
Okay, so please can you show me? Thank you so much for that.
All I want to say is that
Can you
there's
imagine
any
if
HR or technical recruiter here to understand we have
there was
cloud
no
consultants
digital?
already.
How
Because the ideas you guys
how
the ideas you guys are thinking actually make you know that okay, now you understand
so
where
that,
you're
that
going.
is the beauty
So yes,
of artificial intelligence.
I
You
will
are able
definitely
to
tell you. But yes,
do very good things
number one,
with
it
yourself,
depends on your
travel
on
around
the
the world
startup, the
without
organization,
even
and in
knowing
your
the
process
language because
probably
you are
you
rest
need to
assured
factor
that
your budget.
there's a tool
Your
for you
budget
to
should
use
also be
that will help
considered.
you
Your budget
communicate
should
as
definitely be
effectively.
considered.
These
Because
are
startup is different
the
from startup.
benefits of AI and
Startup
how
is definitely different from
artificial
startup. That
intelligence
startup that
changes
has
the world that we live in.
enough funds to do
There are a lot of
whatever they want to
applications
do.
in
And there are some
artificial
startups
intelligence
that
in everyday life, and one of it
become
is
our daily
online shopping.
contribution.
So
So yes,
you would agree with
understand
me
that
that
startup
if
is
you are
different
on
from startup.
Jumia
So
or
yes,
Konga
your
or any of
budget
the e-commerce
determines
platforms, you
where you
purchase
fall
two
into. Your
items.
budget definitely
After
determines.
purchasing those two
Wherever you
items,
fall
you
into it,
then
I think
begin
you're
to
good to
see
go. If
suggestions about
infrastructure as a
adding
service
other items in
or
your cart.
software
That is
developer,
just
whatever
simple machine learning
whatever
that has been
the
embedded on
organization.
that website. So because
Those
people that
guys at the
have
back
bought
made
things
mention of
on
very,
that
very
website
important.
have bought similar things so
You
you
don't even
think
have to spend
get
much,
an
even
same
though it's a budget.
suggestion. So
He said,
my time is up
maybe
here.
the
I'll
startup
just
is
try
just
to
marketing
rush through
agency
this.
that just
You have to put out
different, even
personal
though
assistants
we
such
have
as
a
Katana.
system
You're able to
to
say,
go.
please schedule my
So
meeting,
it's your budget
set an
and
alarm,
what
and
you
all of those things.
feel
This is
fits
artificial
your
intelligence.
organization, the goal of your organization.
Now we
So
have
that's the best. So
getting
what do we
loans
do with
for
infrastructure as a
phone.
service?
You
We
are
build
able
and
to
deploy
access loans just
complete
by
range of
downloading the
tools.
application, inputting your
Just
BDS,
that
and
sentence,
beginning
range
to
of
fill
tools, so
all
that
the
different
paperwork.
apps,
These
different tools that you
applications are
will
also
meet your needs.
use
So it
machine
increases
learning to determine
scalability.
how
You don't know
much
what
you are able to
scalability is
collect
and
at a
perform
particular
as
time,
your
and if
footprint
you are also
grows.
going to pay back your loan.
Footprint grows,
These are some of
meaning
the
as you
applications
grow, as the
of artificial
organization
intelligence.
grows.
We have the Face ID,
So
and
it
there's something
helps
called
with
there's a
flexibility
platform called
and
Lumen 5 also.
consistency
Check it out.
to
So
innovate anywhere,
assuming
be it
I
not
have a
cloud,
presentation today,
anywhere.
I already
Protect
have
your
it
workload
set
and
up.
network. I think for
Instead
my
of me
Niger people, this is very, very
trying to do
important.
my presentation by myself,
When
I
I was
have
saying that it's my
the
startup,
Lumen
my
platform
very own sweat,
presentations like
I need to
I
protect
only need to upload all the little
because
tasks
our
to the
brothers are
website
in need
and
of what they
use me.
get from us. So
That
it's
is
just
strategy.
help us
Then we have
protect
grammar.
from
Everyone
cybercrime
just write
and
security,
security. Security is
send
just the main view.
you try to
Security
write
is
an
very
approach there.
important,
I'm sure
and
there
this
are
is what
technical writers in
Azure
the house.
provides. Okay, always
Technical
up to
writer.
date with Azure services to
So
infrastructure.
I'm sure
This is
we all
Azure.
make use of
Next
web
slide, please.
banking and the rest of it. Those are applications of
So
artificial intelligence.
we
I
have
have
various
I have
services
a
and
video
products
here
when it comes
that
to
also
infrastructure
helps
as a
us
service. That is
understand
why
better
it that is
what
we are dwelling more on that.
solutions
Okay, next slide, please.
but the audio is out. So you can just play for about 1 minute or a minute.
So these are just some of the major services. Compute. Who has an idea of what compute is all about? It's just application.
Okay, I think the video, but that's not a problem. So I'm sure that we all understand how artificial intelligence is shaping our lives and helping us live better lives. So moving forward now, let's talk about how. So imagine you left your house this morning. Oh, okay. I want to run my application. Look at the specifications I need to run.
Who
What,
have done
so
it at
what is
900
happening here
years?
is
You've done it at
we are
900
trying to fix
and you did not
this
answer my
letter
question.
and using
So
artificial
these are
intelligence.
some of the major
AI
questions
platform.
that yes
Right?
we we actually get when we write those certifications. Did you get
You're
that?
able to see exactly where
Did
the
you get
fault
this?
is on this
Did you
aircraft.
get something like
And
this during your
if you also
exam?
need people to assist with
Okay, you're answering my next
fixing
question.
anything on the aircraft, if you can, you can
So
summon
compute,
that and not so
storage,
that basically just shows
security,
you
networking,
the power of
management,
helping
which is
people
very, very
do
important.
stuff
Because without
to
this, then I think
an enormous
every other
amount
might
of
not
time
scale.
if you don't have
Every other
assistance. So
aspect of
this
it might not scale.
is
Then
an artificial
hybrid.
intelligence assistant here, helping him figure
Do we
out
know what
where the
hybrid is?
faults are and how
Okay,
exactly
chorus
what
answer.
he's
What is
supposed to
hybrid?
do to fix those faults. I mean, isn't that beautiful?
You can't write 900, though. You passed it already. So,
All
hybrid
right,
cloud
I think
solutions,
we all got
management,
that.
networking, security,
Let's
storage,
move
and
on to
compute. Next slide, please.
Internet of Things.
Yeah, those
All right,
services also
so
serve as the benefit.
imagine
So, yes,
you
these
coming
are some of the
this morning
products
and
you're going to get
you forgot to
when you
switch
work
off
with
your
us,
air
when you work with
conditioner,
Azure, when
or
you
you
use
forgot to switch off the
Azure
light
Hive.
bulb,
That's Windows
a whole lot
Server,
of other
Linux,
appliances in
SAP,
your house.
Azure, VMware. This might be
Because
new to some of us, and this is
we
definitely
know
not new
what
to
can
some of us.
happen and
So, who
a
knows
fire
what
outbreak
Windows?
can happen, you might feel guilty and you might be scared that, oh, I forgot to switch off a lot of my appliances and do I need to head back to my house or do I need to come here and all of that? But you begin to think to yourself, what should I do? What should I do? But in the age of Internet of Things, so Internet of Things basically is everything that you know today that is connected to the internet. How many of us have smartwatches here? How many of us have smartwatches? Okay, we have one, two, three. Interesting. Um, because of Internet of Things, because things are getting smarter, you have um, you have devices being embedded with sensors, being embedded with the internet, and they are able to help you live better life. So
Imagine before now when a lot of us, so there's a fit farm, everybody is trying to do fit farm and know the number of steps that you take. Imagine if you don't have smartwatches or you don't have devices that can help you monitor how many steps that you're taking in a day. How tedious would that be? Just imagine. So everything that you know, everything that you know nowadays is being connected to the internet and is making how we interact with our environment very seamless and very good. So there are devices in your home nowadays that are connected to the internet. One a lot of people have smart TVs in their house. They have smart refrigerators, smart everything smart. They have smart speakers. You can talk to your smart speaker and play something for you. Basically, that's Internet of Things. And even your self-driving car makes use of Internet of Things because it's connected to the internet, and all of this is what makes our life easier, and we are able to do a lot of stuff. I have another video here just to explain to us how Internet of Things is shaping and reshaping our lives. If you can read the text.
Yeah, instead of instead of going through the normal way, that is the traditional way, you just automate stuff. Next slide. We have 4 minutes to go, so next slide. So these are the benefits